Today I'm continuing this series where I take some Jamaican jerk inspired flavours and apply them in unconventional ways. In this edition I'm making Chinese style hot oil noodles with a Jamaican inspired spice blend, Scotch bonnets and lime juice. So will it jerk? Watch to the end of the video to find out. To begin, I'm mixing half a teaspoon of dried thyme, a half a teaspoon of the all-important allspice, a half teaspoon of smoked paprika, a half teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and then I'm grating in about an eighth of a teaspoon of nutmeg, a generous amount of freshly ground black pepper, around a quarter teaspoon of that, and lastly, half a teaspoon of salt. Next, I've got a nice fresh spring onion. I'm going to separate the white part and the green part. The white part will go in the noodles, and the green portion I'll set aside for garnish. I'm slicing this quite fine. The idea is that this will cook, or at least partially cook, when we pour over the hot oil at the end. The greens I'm slicing fairly thin as well. This is a bit less critical because they're just used for garnish, but I still like to keep them quite thin. And then I'm finally dicing one large Scotch bonnet chilli. These are really hot and I'm not wearing any gloves, so I'm trying to touch this with my fingers as little as possible. I'm also crushing 2 cloves of garlic and putting them aside, and then I'm preparing the wet ingredients. I've got some Xinjiang vinegar, sometimes called Chinese black vinegar. If you don't happen to have this, the recipe will still be pretty good if you leave it out. And I've also got some regular soy sauce, so I'm measuring out half a tablespoon of the black vinegar and a full tablespoon of soy sauce. For the final seasoning ingredients, I'm chopping a lime into wedges and then putting 2 tablespoons of a neutral flavoured oil into a pan ready to heat. And now onto the noodles themselves. I've got some nice dry egg noodles. I'm making a pretty big bowl, so I'm going to go with 2 portions. And then I'm just boiling those in water according to the directions on the packet. And now to assemble. I'm putting the cooked noodles into a bowl, topping that with the white part of the spring onions, followed by the crushed garlic, the fiery Scotch bonnet, the soy sauce and vinegar mix, and lastly the dried spices. I've got the oil on the stove, getting it really hot until it's shimmering in the pan. Then we pour the scalding hot oil over all of the toppings, which will cause them to cook or at least partially cook and release a ton of flavour. Then we mix that all together and garnish with the green onions and the wedges of lime for an extra little squeeze of lime here and there while we eat. And one generous squeeze of lime juice over the top. And I have to say, this both looks and smells absolutely delicious. I've been really excited about this one. I love hot oil noodles, but until now I never would have thought to put them together with these kinds of flavours. Let's get stuck in and have a try and answer the question, will it jerk? And yes it does. This is the best one yet. Even better than the focaccia, and that one was really good. But this is bright and zingy from the lime, salty savory from the soy and vinegar, a big fiery kick of heat from the Scotch bonnet, and a lovely mellow background flavour from the spices. The spring onion really lifts it too and adds to the complexity, and the garlic, having just had hot oil poured over it, has been cooked enough to have that cooked garlic flavour, but still retains a tiny little bit of that raw garlicky bite. It's an absolute explosion of flavours, and I am loving it. If you'd like to support the channel, maybe hit the like button or check out the affiliate links in the description below. Check out the rest of the series by clicking this link or visit my channel and subscribe for more snacking adventures. And until next time, happy snacking. This is bright and zingy, really flavoury. Flavoury? Flavoury? What do you reckon? That's not a real word, is it? Nah, I think we'll cut that.